How you like your the offense so far this year, spring?
Well, I think we're a tough group. Without a doubt, we're still a work in progress. I think when you look at the group as a whole, you know, we have some guys that actually have some game experience, and I feel good, really good about just the overall continuity of our staff and all the experience that we have and all the different ideas and how we're able to input the things that we feel like is going to be necessary for us to be a good offense next year.
Tough how? I mean, are they more physical?
I mean, physically tough, but, you know, a Coach Harbaugh team is, Jim Harbaugh team is always mentally tough as well. You know, he likes to grind on guys. He likes to, you know, challenge guys to push past their threshold of comfort. And so we will be a tough group.
With no designated offensive coordinator, how is the play calling going to work?
Coach Harbaugh, it's his offense. You know, everything goes through Coach. And, you know, it starts and ends with Coach Harbaugh.
Has your role on offense changed? Have you taken on more responsibility since last year?
No, not at all. Yeah.
How do you and Jim McElwain kind of process things together? Do you get some input from him?
Yeah, we all work hard together.
Yeah.
You know, we all process things together, should I say. Coach McElwain, Coach Warner, you know, Ron Prince, Ben McDaniels, along with Jay Harbaugh and Sharon Wright. So Sharon Moore, excuse me.
Yeah.
You know, we work well together. You know, and it's all a collaborative effort to present Coach Harbaugh with some ideas of things that we like, and he gives us the yes or no.
So on game day, will there be somebody, or will there be more than one person? Have you talked about that yet? Who's going to be talking to Coach on this?
It's always been that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
The documentary kind of showed that collaborative effort. Showed at times you would be suggesting calls, sometimes Tim would be suggesting calls. We'd say, let's go with this. And so that's kind of still how it's going to be then?
I haven't seen the documentary, but it's
You
all.
may be the only one around here then.
Yeah, it's always been that way, though. You know, just you know, we make suggestions to Coach Harbaugh, and he gives it the thumbs up or the thumbs down.
From an off-season standpoint, how big a difference have you noticed going from NFL to college, where, you know, NFL you kind of know who your personnel are pretty early?
I don't know that that's the case in the NFL. I think you have just as much turnover at that level as you do here in some cases. I think, you know, even more so in college football, you know who your personnel is going to be. You know who your graduates are and underclassmen that are coming back. So, but, you know, I'm acclimated.
You said at the beginning of spring that all the quarterbacks are getting equal reps. Has that been the case throughout since? Or?
Yes.
Do you guys hope to identify someone going into fall camp, or do you feel like there'll be a competition throughout the campus for fall camp?
We haven't discussed that.
So there's no pecking order at this point?
No.
Okay.
What areas have you seen Brandon Peters improve in, you know, from the end of the regular season through spring practices?
Just taking command of the huddle and making quicker, faster decisions. You know, and that's all a result of having played in games and getting a true sense of how bad the defensive players and their intentions are with regards to hitting the quarterback. So,
what are your early impressions of Patterson?
He's a playmaker.
Does he change the offense or the approach or what you guys are able to do at all if he's in the game?
No, we're going to always adjust to accommodate the players that are playing.
So, I mean, but what does he do, I guess, that you would adjust to try to highlight?
Well, I mean, if you watch any of his film, it's obvious that he, you know, he can extend plays with his legs and he can make all the throws.
Has Joe been picking things up pretty quickly?
Yes.
What have you seen from him? What stands out about him?
He has an extremely strong arm, and he's very athletic.
His teammates call him a gunslinger.
Wow.
Is he? He's got that swag. Is that what makes a kid a gunslinger?
Swag.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say yes.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
With all the coaching turnover, specifically offensively, what has it been like for you trying to get everyone on the same page? I mean, even though it's just your second year, like, veteran in the room.
No, you know, we work well together. You know, we've had, you know, our open lines of communication throughout, and Coach Harbaugh, of course, he dictates what it is that we do and what we're working on. So
when Jim McElwain was talking a couple weeks ago, it seemed his perception at least was it was kind of you were running the show on offense and they were helping out. Is that a little different than the way you see it?
Just a little, yeah.
That's tough.
Yeah, we all work together. You know how we do it here. We collaborate our thoughts, and once the ink dry, Coach Harbaugh gives us the thumbs up or the thumbs down.
At the start of spring ball, Harbaugh mentioned a process of self-evaluation to kind of see where things were going wrong. Where are you guys at that? How kind of comfortable are you with where the offense is right now?
Well, we started that process a couple weeks after last season ended, and we decided to look at what it is that we do well and try and do it more.
What did you find when you did that?
That with the players that we had coming back, we felt good about having enough playmakers to do a few different things, just going into this season, different than what we did last year.
Have you
How's
dressed?
Spring been?
Really good.
What are his strengths? What did he learn from last year, from really running the scout team so much last year?
I think Dylan is an underrated athlete. You guys have to excuse me. I have allergies, but I think Dylan is a guy that can make all the throws and make plays with his legs.
The struggles in the passing game last year, have you drastically changed things, would you say, or were there just some tweaks that needed to be made?
I think a lot of the players that that had an opportunity to play last year, they have more experience and they'll make more plays, as well as we'll put them in positions to make more plays.
You said it's even right now in the quarterback pecking order, but when do you prefer a quarterback to sort of take that lead?
Yesterday. Ideally, we would like to have that guy and identify the guy that can lead our offense, but we hadn't discussed it yet.
In high school and at Ole Miss, leadership was something people kind of talked about with Shea. I mean, have you noticed teammates kind of gravitating towards his personality or whatever?
At times.
How so? Or
he's a playmaker. Everybody gets excited when he's out there, and if he makes a special play, you can feel the energy, throughout our team. You can just feel it, positive energy, and he is a playmaker.
So that position group, has it been like a competition feel throughout spring practice, or are you just trying to let them get as many reps as possible?
Both.
Okay. So you are sort of like pitted against each other, fighting for the job at this point in spring?
Oh, that's at all positions on our offense.
How unique is this situation, though, for you, Pep? I mean, you've got a quarterback who hasn't been cleared yet to be eligible this fall, and you're dealing with it. How is it unique for you, and how is it for Shea?
Well, all the guys are getting equal reps, so, if in fact, he's cleared, then he'll be up to speed as far as being able to manage the offense.
How quickly did he pick up the playbook?
He spent a lot of time studying the playbook on his own before we started spring ball.
What do you mean exactly by total reps? Is it equal reps with the first team or just equal reps overall?
They rotate throughout, equal reps overall.
How is she handling?
We alternate who gets reps with the first team.
How is she handling the mental aspect of not knowing whether he's going to be eligible in the fall?
I don't know. You have to ask Shea.
How are you? This could be a little frustrating for coach, huh?
Well, no, it's spring ball, so you coach them all up right now and evaluate the guys that are practicing and keep it pure from that standpoint.
From running the offense, just kind of overseeing it and doing the collaborative work, how does the offensive line factor in this? Where have you seen them grow from last year?
Well, back to what you just said, we've collaborated, in coming up with ways to, feature playmakers on the perimeter as well as guys up front. And we feel like, in Cesar Ruiz and Ben Bredesen, those two guys in particular, we have great leadership. And the rest of the guys will follow their lead, and they're working hard.
Apart from the fact that guys are a year older, was inexperience the main thing that held back the passing game a little bit last year?
No, I think it's a combination of things. I think just lack of continuity, at the quarterback position. You got to stabilize that position first. When you look at the guys that took all the reps in spring ball and most of the reps in training camp, and compare that to who actually played in games, you would think that there would be a disparity in just consistency and continuity as a result.
Does that affect the way you're handling reps in spring this time around?
No, right now we don't have a guy, so we got a lot of different guys getting reps, and so it's important that they all get equal reps and continue to grow and give us a chance to evaluate their progress.
How important is the offensive line going to be?
And that's the most important cog in the big scheme of things.
Why?
It all starts with being able to run the football, control the line of scrimmage, protect the quarterback, and as we've always talked about, impose our will on the opponents.